Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about vitamin D and its role in the human body. So what is vitamin D really? Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin which is produced by our body after exposure to sunlight. People can also supplement with it. What is vitamin D responsible for? Now vitamin D is responsible for maintaining good mood, hormonal balances, prevention of disease, heart health, but one of its main functions is the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, which leads to the maintenance of good and strong bones. Now, why do I think vitamin D is so important? I think vitamin D is very important because of its role in maintaining optimal mood for us. Now, there are studies that have been shown that suicidal people, more often than not, had very, very low vitamin D levels, and people who weren't suicidal had proper vitamin D levels. Now, how do you know that you're deficient in vitamin D? If you're deficient in vitamin D, you'll find that you're fatigued all the time, you're exhausted all the time, you have mood changes which you cannot explain, you're more prone to infections, you have weak bones and muscles, and you also could face muscle cramps. Now, speaking from personal experience, when I've had very low vitamin D levels, I felt very unmotivated to do stuff. I felt fatigued all the time, and I just felt like laying in bed and doing nothing. I was basically depressed, which is also a very common symptom of very low vitamin D levels. So how do you know if you're really deficient in vitamin D? If you're having some of these symptoms, I would highly recommend you get your vitamin D levels checked through a blood test. Now, the blood tests use a 25 hydroxy vitamin D test, which is the most accurate way of determining your vitamin D levels in your blood. So levels below 50 nanomoles per liter are considered deficient, while levels anywhere between 50 to 100 nanomoles per liter are considered sufficient vitamin D levels. Now, if you get a test done and you find out you're deficient, I would recommend going to the school website called grassrootshealth.net and plugging in your vitamin D levels and the amount you're currently supplementing with and the levels you want your vitamin D level to be at. And this will give you the amount you should supplement with to maintain and get to those vitamin D levels that we want. Now, the results of a vitamin D test look somewhat like this. And if you start supplementing with vitamin D, I'd also highly recommend you start supplementing with vitamin K and magnesium, which are both essential for the absorption of vitamin D in our body. As for vitamin K, I'd recommend vitamin K2 MK7, which is the most bioavailable form of vitamin K in our body. And for magnesium, I'd recommend magnesium bisglycinate, which is again very highly bioavailable. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be lots of new content coming soon. See you all soon.